Hi guys, welcome back to Simply Cindy. I'm back with a new video, new week, new episodes. With that being said, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and let's get right into the video. So this week I must commend the writers of the show. I think it has been great television in terms of we've had a thriller, we've had our hearts broken, we've laughed our hats off, we've been basically dumbfounded by some of the ridiculous things that have happened. Hlomu's grief is real. I felt it, and I'm sure all of us have. The miscarriage, she was so excited to have a baby of her own, and the miscarriage really hit her hard. I felt her pain, I felt her grief every single time she was on a scene. I remember that even in the book, she did everything alone. And even here, like just visualizing the fact that she went through everything alone, and now we get to see it on TV, her actually going through everything alone, going to the doctor to get a checkup after being beaten, but also finding out that she had a miscarriage. In the book, she didn't know she was pregnant. She found out at the doctor that she had a miscarriage. And just seeing her go through everything alone is the most heartbreaking part. Even on the other hand, Hlomu and Sandile, I don't know how that happened. I mean, obviously we saw how that happened, but I don't know. I feel like the TV series is trying to paint Hlomu as a cheater. And I do think to a certain extent it's lazy writing to make it a typical case of the person you're with does you wrong, and the person that still pines after you, you meet them, they make you feel good, so you cheat with them. I think that is so typical. It's so ordinary. I think they could have done better in that regard, but it was still good television in terms of everything coming together. Something big had to happen for her to entertain another man. She wouldn't just have entertained him because she is so in love with Umqele. So I get the fact that it had to be something of this magnitude that has led her now to cheat on, well, potentially cheat on Umqele, or even entertain another man, especially her ex. That makes her feel like she was actually loved in the episodes. Like, he's busy confessing the fact that he's never loved anyone after that. And I'm just like, just when she's at her most vulnerable, Sandile says that. I mean, obviously it's going to move her and perhaps lead her to make decisions that she can't take back. And in the book, when she does sleep with Sandile much later on, it wasn't even because of the miscarriage or the children or Qhele's abuse or anything like that. Literally, when she ran into Usandile, eThekwini, in the book, he said to her that he heard that she lost a child, and the child that he was talking about was Umvelo. I loved the fact that he recognized that even though she didn't give birth to those kids, but she had taken them as her own, and therefore felt the grief as any parent would. Sandile knew that, and that touched Hlomu. Unlike her husband, who just brushed under the carpet as if nothing happened, Sandile was able to get her to open up about that, which ultimately led them to have sex that day. Hlomu and Mqele's scenes were a little gut-wrenching, hey? The fact that he thinks he's gonna make everything all right by an apology. Okay, an apology is acceptable. And in his apology, he justifies why he hit her. I was just like, you were on the right track, but you lost it there. So whatever he has said has just been removed. And then Mqele buys her a watch. I think I appreciate the gesture, just in terms of when he said that it's the first thing that she ever bought him, and he remembers that. I think the gesture was nice. He lost it though when he said, but this one is better. Like, I just felt like the least you can do is be humble. So one of the things that really in the book that reined Mqele in terms of him not being or being reluctant to hit Hlomu, is because the brothers knew that he hit her. So they basically told him that he must never do it again, otherwise he'll have them to answer to. And that's very much lacking in the TV series, because had the brothers like known, yes they knew like afterwards, and the only time we saw uNkosana reprimanding Mqele was when they were Beshisimpepo, talking to the ancestors when they were welcoming her to the family. But in the book, like, the brothers even threaten Mqele ukuthi they're going to do something to him, because if they're going to do something to him if he hits Hlomu again. So just having that at the back of your mind, knowing that your brothers are going to do something to you if you hit your wife, that also played a part in Mqele not hitting her again for 7 years, you know. Ngoba is such a great actor. Well, Abdul Khoza as Ngoba is such a great actor. Every single scene that Ngoba is in, I believe it's just so well done. Even the way he speaks is Zulu. Sounds like a proper Zulu from KZN speaking Zulu. Unlike maybe the other guys that sound like they are from Zulus from Joburg, you know. But it's fine. They grew up in Joburg because they left in Mpumalanga when they're very young. So that also coincides with the story. And, you know. But Ngoba is such a great character in the TV series. And I highly enjoyed the heist. I wish him all the success in pulling it off. It's not a heist, it's a robbery of the 2 millions that you enter with at the illegal poker game. I wish him all the best in carrying out that theft. I love that storyline. I think also it just shows that this stealing thing is in their blood. It's how they made their fortune. And even when it was unnecessary, Ngoba was right on it, ready to steal, ready for because he didn't know about poker night. So the lady he's with, the commissioner's wife, mentions it, and right there and then he sees an opportunity to rob those people, and he makes it happen. I was just like hella impressed by that, hella impressed by how they carried out the actions in stealing, and hoping that they don't get caught, like literally hoping they don't get caught. The Majolas, I know I haven't really spoken about them because really I'm just ready for them to die. However, this week I love the fact that they are so frustrated by ukuhamba kwaDlakadla / Vilakazi. They are so frustrated. They are so frustrated. They don't have support from other taxi owners. They are just like going out of their minds. Their two allies, which were Yena Uvilagazi and the other Untimbi, they're dead. So they don't have allies anymore. Okay, yes, Unkosana killed a person, but also Unkosana didn't deserve to be betrayed. Shebatung, he did not deserve to be betrayed. Not Unkosana, not somebody as loyal like that. Like, he didn't deserve to be betrayed. I resent Uvilagazi for that, or but I resent him for betraying Unkosana. Unkosana, really, he tries to be a good man, and in many ways he's been a good man. Yes, unfortunately he's had to do some things, very bad things, like killing people, of course, but I feel like still, like, he's a good man at his core. So he didn't deserve to be betrayed like that by somebody he trusted. He didn't deserve that at all. But Oksalayo, Gosana killed a person. I just want to talk specifically when Umkel apologizes. He justifies it, and then he says one of his justifications is like Kaya, they have a lot of enemies, so when he doesn't know where she is, he gets worried because of the potential danger, because they have so many enemies. Isn't it funny that up until now, the one person who has hurt her, who you can even say to a certain extent is her actual enemy, is him? Listen, Mkoki and Unsika have to be the act of the week. Like, I love their relationship. I love their life in terms of their easygoing. They are being kids. They are not involved in the serious adult stuff that the older brothers are involved in. They are just being kids. They're having fun, selling their weeds, entertaining grannies and grandpas, entertaining girls, sneaking them out, as it happened last week. They are making jokes about the older brothers. They made a joke about Nkosana, which is so serious. I love the lightness, the humor they bring to the show. I love it. And it's very necessary, because on one scene, we are going through all the heartbreaks, seeing Hlomu going through her miscarriage, and on the next scene we see them, and it's like, okay, we have to lighten our hearts that have been so heavy because of Hlomu. I love Mkoki. Everything about them, everything they're doing right now, even just remembering Umpande. And I think that's such a great way to grieve someone, where you can integrate them into a conversation. Talk about all the good times that you guys have, what he would be doing now. I think that's a great way to grieve. It makes it easier to get through it and to imagine life now without that person. It's a great way to grieve. I think as a whole, I'm not going to continuously talk about the book versus the television series in terms of the chronological order, because I think we have made peace by now that the chronological order is not the one in the book. They have taken an adaptation of their own of the book, and that is what we are watching. However, I still think that it must make sense, though. It must make sense, because right now the essence of Hlomu is so lost. It is lost in every way. Like, we are just seeing a battered woman through and through. A battered woman. 1 minute she's being beaten to a pulp. The next minute they are having dates. He's giving her gifts. That's like a typical abused woman. And that was not really Hlomu. Like, not really. She was very aware of what was happening. She stayed on purpose. She gave Umqhele an ultimatum as well. They are also losing Hlomu's essence in terms of the role she plays in the family, like her being a mother to the children. We're still not really seeing that, and that's like part of the essence of who Hlomu is in the book. So as much as there are certain things that they need to cut for production, for TV, but whoever wrote this script has really failed to capture the essence of Hlomu time and time again. Maybe she comes up once in a while, but the essence of Hlomu in the book has really not been captured in this television series. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We've come to the end of the video. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share as well. And goodbye and see you next week. Bye.